Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and on the bench today we have the CEN Racing HL150. This is the Hyperlube Annihilator, and this is a fully licensed truck, solid axle, four-wheel drive, and a ton of fun. I've had the privilege of driving these before, doing some of the races that they had at the No Limit RC World Finals, where they had the like intermission breaks where CEN had sponsored racing. People that's names were drawn were able to drive these, and my name was drawn. A lot of fun. Great racing, and I really like the oval lap style design that they'd done for these. So much fun, lots of wreckage, carnage, crashing, and just plain old fun. So I did win my heat, and but there was one B50 in there, and I did choose that one during the main event. I knew it's a little more top heavy, harder to control, and so I wanted everybody to have the advantage of being on an equal playing field. So I stepped up and just took that one right off the bat. And still did well with it. But anyway, guys, let's open up the box, show you guys what you get when you get one of these, and talk about all the cool stuff CEN has planned for it as well. So this is going to be a pretty in-depth look at it. So buckle in, make up some popcorn, get ready for an in-depth review. Let's do this. All right, guys, we've been waiting for it, and it's finally here, the HL150 by CEN Racing. And this is a 4x4 solid axle monster truck. And there is my cat. He says hello to the monster truck. But yes, this is an officially licensed product, the truck that Zach Adams drives in real life. And so this thing, as you can see, looks just like the real thing. It does have the CEN logo on the front, which is a little different, but really cool. It's powered by Hobby Wings and Savox components in here. The box itself looks really good. Give you a sneak peek of the truck back there. We'll get to that in just a second. But you can see they've given you all of the different specs on the truck right here on the box, the length, width, wheelbase, all that. We'll get in here for you guys to see that. Some of you guys like all those kind of numbers in there. Wheelie bar comes with. It's not installed. You do have to put that on. It does have the differential is going to be a planetary gear type differential. So far, these things have been really beefy under the use that I've put it under. Very strong. 8 big bore oil filled shocks. The Hobby Wing 40 amp waterproof brushed ESC. Battery tray here. Cat paws. Back it up, kitty. And you can see here the high efficient wide range easy changeable gearbox design, so you can flip this middle gear here, and you can have high and low gearing. Not on the fly, you got to take it apart and do it. I will be switching mine to high speed, the high gear, and yeah. So deep dish 2.2 inch tires. I really like the tires a lot. I do have a video on this, guy, so if you want to see how to change that gear, I did a whole video showing that with the B50. That's right up here. Focus. There it is. Which is basically the exact same truck as this, different body. So I already know from driving that how much I like it. And on the back of the box, it shows you a little bit more of the specs, talks about the chassis and all that here. So we'll get into all of this, but let's go ahead and get right to the truck itself. So what do you get in the box? You get the truck and the controller. The truck body does come wrapped, as well as the controller has some of this stuff here, right here. So your controller is nice and protected in there. You get your manual, the wheelie bar, and a couple things in here. So pretty typical packaging, but let's get right to the truck, because that's what we want to see. Look at the details on the body. It looks really sharp. The colors pop. The design, the graphics look really great on here. Very reflective. I can see the logo on the back end there. I do like the look of this truck. I mean, I really am partial to the B50, but this definitely has much more of a scale monster truck look to it. The tires, again, look really good. These do not have foams in them. You can see in here, they've got the beadlock look. Real nice looking plastic rims, but we don't mind it being plastic. Most of them are. So you can see you've got the solid axle up here in the front. Now this is a multi-part design. so that it is easy to work on. The planetary gears are inside of the center pumpkin, which is nice that it's centered. It's got the drive shaft here, which is a dog bone on each end. Let's go ahead and flip this like this so we can get the light on it for you guys. Yeah, you can see that. Skid plate here, transmission mount. You can see it's nicely tucked in here. The screws are sunk in there. Looks nice, clean, smooth. And these so far have been very easy to work on. I've been working on it on the B50. So it is that, you know, 4-link design meant to mimic real monster trucks. It does come with something new that they've added, is it does come with sway bars front and rear now. So that's really nice, helps to stiffen it up a lot. Makes it a little bit hard to do the 2-wheel moves, but you can still do it. That's one of my favorite things. I think that has something to do with the differentials, but very fun to do the 2-wheel driving with these. Let's go ahead and pop the hood off of here. We'll take a look at some of the other components. All right, there we go. So what do we got here? The battery tray up top. A couple things I've pointed out about this. I don't usually like these kind of plastic, any type of plastic battery securing system. That's just me, my personal preference, and so I just put Velcro in here and call it good. So I can quickly get battery packs in there with the Velcro. These actually work pretty good, especially for a 2S battery pack. So that's great. All right, you can see it here a little bit better. The sway bars on both sides and the shocks. So the shocks do have anodized red aluminum caps on them. They do call them big bore shocks. They are oil filled, and you can set the preload. It takes plastic clips, which are here inside of your little goodie bag that comes with the truck, so you can set the preload on here. The tensioning clips that they have, or preload clips, whatever you want to call them. So back up here you can see the ESC. It is a Hobby Wing 1040 brushed waterproof ESC running a Dean's connector, and you can see here you can set your reverse and also what type of battery you're using, whether it's a NIM or a LiPo pack. And yeah, so up here you have your Savox servo that is licensed to CEN Racing. It's like an OEM. They call it the RTR-12. And we've got our waterproof receiver box up here, and that is a 3-channel, and it also has the easy bind where you just push a button to do the bind on that. And so that is done by just removing these 2 outer screws here, and the top will just live right off. And these are 1.5 millimeter hexes. Let me know if you guys like these handheld looks through the truck, or if you prefer it when it's on a tripod. I kind of like the handheld because I can get in there and show you everything, but maybe it's too wobbly for you guys. I don't know. So you can see in here the receiver, little bind button there, the white right here, and so you just push that in, turn the car on with the controller, and you'll be able to bind it. The directions for that are in the manual. Should come already bound, so that shouldn't be something you have to do, but if you do need to for whatever reason. On my other trucks I actually just took the receiver out and put it on top because I don't plan on going in water, and I have to share controllers between a couple, so that's what I've chosen to do there. Or I could leave the top off, but I didn't want to lose it, so, or the screws or whatever, so I just stuck it on top. All right, so that is enough about our receiver box. Let's take a quick look. You can see the motor in here, and this is a OEM Mabuchi motor, 550 can. This thing does really great. These things are quick out of the box. I'll tell you what, these are pretty fast trucks for what you get, especially when you change that gear over to the high gear. While we're talking about that, let's get up underneath here. Let's talk about the transmission, which is inside here. And that is a metal gear transmission, and again adjustable to high gear or low gear. Again, metal drive shafts. Looking around to the front, we see that it does have a metal steering link here, but you also have adjustable turnbuckle here and in here. the servo mount goes way up to the top here where it does have a servo saver on there. So we're giving you guys a really in-depth look at this, just so you can see everything about this. It does have the metal drive shafts that have dog bones here going to the wheels. Again, 4-wheel drive, waterproof truck, and I think that CEN's done a pretty cool job with these, and I'm a fan. I like the handling. It's got a little bit of playfulness to the way that it handles, and it's like a super powerful Tamiya clodbuster, and faster than an SMT-10. Has a scale look with the dual vertical plate chassis that they've got in here, so sticking underneath you've got that look. And I have seen that they have made some plates that go over that you can put, like sponsor plates. Upgrades are coming to like metal links, and all different kinds of upgrades are coming, guys. I've seen metal versions of these that they've had in testing, and they're just trying to bring a lot of really cool stuff to market for these. Quick, we should mention the controller here. It is the Mod 3S. Nice rubber grip. Everything about it feels good. You know, at first I wasn't a huge fan of these digital trims, but I tell you what, they've grown on me for one reason, and that is that you don't have the knobs that can get adjusted and moved when you're not meaning it. Then you fire on your truck. If you don't pay attention, your throttle trim could be adjusted, or your steering trim, and you have to set it every time you go. These ones, you turn it off and you're not programming your truck anymore. It's all digital. And so a couple clicks, or you hold it down and, you know, make it move faster. So I've actually come to like this a lot. So you do have on this, it's a 3-channel. See the 3rd channel button here. So you've got steering, plus and minus, and that's going to be to set your trim. And then it's got dual rates for your steering. Dual rates is actually throttle trim. So it's a little confusing that it's set there, but it is a trim, because I did just set my trim on it's not up on the shelf there because I'm working on a video for it, but the Jimny. So we do have the throttle reverse and steering reverse buttons here. But yeah, it works good. Overall, guys, these are really fun trucks for the price out of the box. They're really awesome trucks, really durable. We've been just beating them up here, and at the different events when they let us run them. They had some really fun races that were oval races. I think it was like the best of 5 laps. Really fun, 5-6 trucks out there just running into each other, and people had never driven them before, and so it's a little bit of a learning curve, just the way that they're, you know, narrow wheelbase and that. But that's something else that they're coming out with, are upgrades for extending your axles, being able to take bigger wheels, because these do run a 12 millimeter hex on there. The wheels are 12 millimeter, and so they take a lot of the popular like clodbuster wheels and all that. So yeah, overall, guys, really fun truck, and we really enjoyed here and just have so much fun. I'm gonna get the wheelie bar put on mine just because I do run this in fun ways, and so we'll get that out. Very simple install. So we'll do a really quick install here of the wheelie bar for you. It just kind of mounts up under here underneath. While we're here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the manuals as well. So you get the manual here for the controller, how it all functions, kind of shows you here, throttle trim, steering trim, all of that. Instruction manuals here. Looks like you've got a really big part list, which is great, and the explosions on this little pull-out. Talks about the body, some precautions, and then the manual, how the shocks are built, all of that goody stuff. Shows you how to build it. Real nice. Actually, these are very detailed instructions. So good job there, CEN, on giving us all of the details on this. One of the things I didn't point out on here is just how many mounting holes they have on the chassis to be able to add things or move things around. Even your shocks, there's a lot of different points to be able to move them around and dial them in. I think at some point I'll probably go to just 4 shocks, just because it is a little bit stiff. and I think that'll help. Maybe change out some of the shock oil and make it perform better. But right now what it's doing is it's driving really fun and awesome and scale looking. Or maybe even I'll just leave them on, but I'll take off the springs on one set on all the way around. I don't know, we'll see. It's a, you know, it's a hobby grade RC. What do we do with them? We have fun tinkering with them. It is smaller than an SMT-10, and it's about the wheelbase of a Clodbuster, actually, with the 2.2 tires instead of the larger Clodbuster 2.6 scale size tires. So, but we've put bodies on these from the original Clodbuster, and it looks perfect on there. So it gives you lots of body options too if you get something like this. But as you can see, we've got all different kinds of monster trucks here, and we just really like this side of the hobby, especially the scale solid axle. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.